Hey guys, so here's my journey video from a rank of 40,000 to a rank of 2700. My first attempt was in September 2021 and second attempt in May 2022. So I have got 7 months of time between these two attempts. I followed few things very religiously. I followed trusted sources, and I would like to explain everything, every single detail of my journey in this video. So watch it till the end and you'll get an insight of what it actually takes to get a decent rank. I can say this thing that my rank is not so good rank or not so like topper wala rank, but it's a decent rank to get you into your dream branches, right? So I would like to help you to score good scores and good ranks in NEET PG, and that's why I'm posting those videos also from my 20th notebook, so that it might help at least few aspirants out there. And this 40k rank in my first attempt was not just like that. I did prepare for that exam also. Like with 4 to 5 subjects, I have completed making notes, because after internship, that year's NEET PG got postponed, so we have got some 4 months in our hand. So I prepared notes for 4 to 5 subjects, and then I gave that exam. So that's why they rank 40k. And yeah, coming to the name Nairobi. So many people ask me about this name. So it's actually my favorite character from this show called Money Heist, and that's not my name. My name is Sahiti, and I'm from a private medical college. So if you guys have a self-doubt that someone studying from a private medical college or some peripheral institute can score good ranks in NEET PG, then here is the example. Like myself, if I did that, you can do it too. If I also went through this phase, the struggles that you are going through now. So let me take you through my GT scores first. So my GT scores went like 269, 328 and 382. Then it gradually improved from 382 to 482, 582. This is what you expect, and this is what I also expected, but that didn't happen. It dropped down to 303, which many of you might have faced now or will face in the future, that not always your GT scores goes on increasing. You'll have times where your GT scores dips down, like so down that you get depressed and you'll not have that guts to get back to studies again. But somehow I recollected, I got myself back to the studies, and I improved on my strategies and all, and I concentrated on GT analysis very much, that I improved scores from 303 to 454, and from there to 500s gradually. And in between I gave these GTs from Bhatia and DAMS also. I don't have screenshots from those GT scores. I only have from Marrow, so I have posted them here. And the GT frequency that I used to give was like, during my first revision cycle, it was 2 times a month, and then gradually 1 week 1 GT. Like every Sunday I used to give a GT and review that GT over a week. So finally, towards the end, like towards the NEET date, I got 603, 588 and around that range, like 580 to 620 range I used to get. And in the final exam also, I got the same marks, like 572. I don't say that these GT scores only reflect in your final exam, but GT scores will help you understand in which subjects you are lagging behind, and which are your top zone subjects, like which are your strong subjects and which you need to focus, which are the zones that you need to focus. That idea is given by GT. So better don't take GTs to heart. Just look at the scores, try to improve on those scores, that's all. But don't take it so like deeply that it affects your further week or your further studies. So just keep it like that. You give a GT, you analyze the GT, you read the subjects from GT, that's all. Don't ever compare your GT scores with others' GT scores. You look at your own graph, it should be on an increasing scale. It should always be inclining towards the upper end, and it should not like dip down. Even if it dips down, take that courage, like build up that courage, and again start preparing, just like I did. And the other question is, did I attend any other sources, or did I prepare during my internship? So yes, I did prepare during my internship, and but yeah, I might have read few books, but I didn't remember anything from that. I could not even recollect those things when I opened those books. I could not even recognize that I have made those lengthy notes. So that was like that. So that didn't help me. I started my preparation from the scrap work itself. So coming to the sources that I used, all the other subjects were from Marrow except for anatomy, PSM, radio and medicine. So as mentioned there, you can see like what sources are used for those subjects. And radiology classes from Zainab Vora ma'am, special classes from an academy. So actually we didn't have this 60-minute time limit last year, guys. So I was so lucky to attend all those classes free. So ma'am's classes were like gold for NEET PG and radio in particular. So I used to follow her for radio. I used to read those PDFs and all and attend her classes regularly for radio. And so yeah, that sorted my radio. Coming to my approach towards medicine, so it was always an integrated approach. Many people read medicine separately, but it was not like that. Even during a notes making phase also, I used to write notes from one system, and then in the evenings I used to read that notes and integrate it with pathophysio and pharmac. So it was always like that. I never read medicine separately. It was always an integrated approach, because that kind of gives me that assurance that I am like well versed with this system, and I know everything from this, and I can attempt any question from this system if ever it appears in the exam. So it was like that. So this is actually subjective, guys. You can totally decide on how you read medicine, but my advice would be to read it integratedly, so that you can retain better. You can retain things better, and you can recollect also in the exam hall easily when you integrate things with one another, so that you will read the other subject also, right? So pathology revision also happens, pharmacology revision also happens while reading medicine. So only if you read medicine, it will be like boring only, because you need to integrate, you need to understand it properly. So the concepts get stronger when you integrate things. So that's my approach towards medicine. Coming to the revision cycles, how to plan revision cycles and how I plan my revision cycles. Okay, so revision cycles are something important, because the number of revisions you give, the more marks you get. The more the revisions, the more the perfection. So it is like that always. So revision is everything, guys. Revision must be there. At least you have to give some 2 to 3 cycles of revision before your exam. So that is also subjective, because it depends on your IQ, right? So how many things you retain in every cycle of revision. So it took 4 cycles for me. So at least 3 cycles, 3 complete cycles for me. So what are these cycles actually? So one cycle of revision is how many days you spend in it. Okay, so first cycle usually takes 60 days, and the second one 45. The third you have to complete in 1 month, or at least I completed in 1 month. So it's not like mandatorily you have to complete in these time zones. So it depends on your speed of learning and all. So mine was like 60, 45, 30 days, and last cycle was in the last 10 days of May. So I completed my notes making by December, and my first cycle in like Jan and February, 2 months. And exam got postponed to May 2022, because it always happens. And that's why I got time for second and third cycle. So second cycle was from March to April, and third was from mid-April to May. And on May 9th, I gave INICET exam, and from May 10th to 20th, I got 10 days. So in those 10 days, I revised BTR sessions from Zainab ma'am and my own 20th notebook. So guys, there are 3 sets of people who completed making notes, or who have done majors and left with minor, or who have done all the subjects and giving GTs but still not getting good scores. So for all the sets of people, my advice would be to make a daily routine and follow it religiously. So here's my daily routine. If it helps you guys, please make sure you make use of it, and you also incorporate it in your own schedules. So my day used to start with a custom module of 50 questions daily, and then the subject of the day for 7 to 8 hours, and then in between breaks or evening breaks like 5 to 7, something like that, I used to watch these YouTube sessions from an academy, or any mnemonic videos if I find good. See, now many people, you are finding my videos helpful, right? So you can fit those videos in your break times. Okay, don't spend separate time for those. You need to watch those videos in your break times in 2x speed. Okay, and the minor subject in the end, like towards the end of the day, for 1 to 1.5 hours, and high yield topic every day for half an hour. So high yield topic meaning, see, LSD and GSD, that is lysosomal and glycogen storage disorders, is a high yield topic from biochem. So I used to select these kind of topics, and give half an hour from every day, half an hour to 1 hour from every day, to those kind of topics. Like forensics toxicology is important, and And coming to orthopedics, all those splints and everything is important. So I used to go through those images for half an hour a day. So it's like that, be it images or it may be this high topics or something like that, but I used to read from my notes. And I used to have these sticky notes on my wall, so I'll go through those, at least sticky notes or some A4 sheets with some flowcharts and all. I used to go through them every day. So this is my daily routine. I would like to elaborate about custom module, guys, because that is something important. I started my day with custom module so that I'll get to know which topics are my weak zones. Okay, I used to select 2 to 3 subjects a day and 50 questions from that in an exam mode with the hashtags of NEET PG, INISET and images and all. Then I'll solve that custom module in 40 minutes, 50 questions in 40 minutes. Then I'll review the wrong questions. If for suppose I have made any mistake from topic of joints in anatomy, then I used to open the book and I used to go through the joints for just 5 to 10 minutes, a quick synapse kind of thing, and that's all, so that I revise that thing, right? See guys, revision is not like you complete an entire cycle of revision and then you start another cycle of revision. Revision is something you have to do every day. See, if I forgot something from ANS drugs in pharmacology, I'll open the book, I'll read that for 10 to 20 minutes. So that is one cycle of revision, right? At least for that topic. So that is what cycle means. It's not like you do all 19 subjects in one cycle and then go for 19 subjects in the second cycle. It's not like that. You'll forget things. You have to do revision on a daily basis. So keep this thing in mind. Whenever you forget a thing, just at least write, make a note of it on a side paper, and then revise those things in the night at least, so that the topic is you see the topic many times and that pictorial memory will be there in your brain. So that is how you need to do. Try and solve 100 questions a day, guys, at least 100 questions a day. And see, 50 questions from custom module is done. So 50 questions from the subject of the day you need to do, right? From the individual question bank modules. So here I have got this INISET schedule for you actually. So this is how I would make a schedule if I were in your place, okay? So I kept that thing in my mind and prepared the schedule. So SOTD is subject of the day and dates I have written beside, and that MER below those numbers are like every day 2 MERs you need to do. I did like that, every day 2 MERs. So that 5 days for Anat and Ortho, right? Subject of the days. So in that days, evenings you read 2 MERs, either PDFs or class in 2x speed. So that you will complete 10 MERs for 5 days. And I have deliberately not mentioned Pharmac in that schedule because my approach to Pharmac was different, guys. I never read Pharmac in a single day because that would saturate my mind. So I used to have these flowcharts on my wall and I go through them on a regular basis so that I'll remember Pharmac better, because Pharma was my subject of phobia. I hate Pharmac. It's not like I hate Pharmac. It's like I don't remember Pharmac, how many times I read. So I used to have these flowcharts on my wall and go through them every day in break times or early morning 1 hour. It's like that. So Pharmac I never included in the schedule. Every system I used to have these flowcharts. So if you guys want me to make a video on this flowchart, so here these pictures are about autonomic nervous system from Pharmac. So if you want me to make a video, I can make it and post on the YouTube. So let me know in the comment section if you want such kind of videos. And coming to the GT analysis and review, I used to do this review over a week, not on a single day. See, let us suppose I gave GT on Sunday. I'll not spend entire Sunday on GT analysis or review, because that not only saturates but also things won't enter in your mind, right? Because they go superficially. But when you take one subject at a time, see, anatomy, biochem and physio, first year subjects I used to do for 1 day. Then comes SPM, OBGY. So every day I used to give 1 hour for the GT analysis in the night, or whenever I don't feel like reading, I just used to go through those wrong ones and used to analyze like where I opted the wrong option, why did I opt, and what is the mistake that I made. So I used to learn from those mistakes and write the topics that I frequently make mistakes in my 20th notebook. So that is one thing that you need to note in your 20th notes, which topics you are frequently getting mistakes from. So that thing is important. So GT analysis is one important thing you need to do, and you need to focus on the bottom subjects, guys. Bottom 3 to 5 subjects you need to focus. So you need to select the bottom 3 subjects and read those subjects in the coming week, so that in the next GT those subjects should not be in the bottom 3. So that should be your target. Coming to the previous year topics and questions, topics are more important than questions, I would say. So try to solve the questions, make note of those topics, and whenever you read that subject, first try to complete those PYTs, that is previous year topics, then the high yield topics, then the GT mistaken topics, and then from cover to cover. Better don't start with cover to cover, guys. You'll never be able to complete, and that only depresses you, because by the end of the day you will be like, you have done only 2 to 3 topics and you don't even know if they are high yielding or not. So better start with high yielding, better start with PYQs, because those things will appear in exam, no? So that is important. So you have to do smart work. You don't need to know everything, guys, that is for sure. You don't need to know 100% of the syllabus. You just need to concentrate on the important things. You just need to concentrate on the previously asked topics, on the high yield topics. So that is how your approach should be. Coming to Unacademy's free classes, how I used to follow them and how much part of my day I used to spend for Unacademy classes. So it was like 1 hour every day morning I used to watch Preeti ma'am's classes, because my day would start with Preeti ma'am's class and then the custom module. Okay, so Preeti ma'am's classes, because I love pathology, that's my favorite subject, and that always used to be in the top of my GT analysis also. So I used to attend her free classes, then start my day and go in the order as I have already discussed, that subject of the day, high yield and everything. And in between I used to watch Nikita ma'am's YouTube sessions or Zainab ma'am's YouTube this Unacademy sessions. It's not like I used to watch every class, guys. It's not like that. If I have a difficulty in a topic and I know that Nikita ma'am has taken that topic, then I used to watch those topics. If I know that this topic is not there properly anywhere, but Zainab ma'am has this PDF, so I used to read that PDF. It's like that. You need to prioritize. You need to know which topics you don't know in order to follow Unacademy classes. It's not like you have to watch everything. Okay, you need to know things which you don't know. That is important. You need to know things which you don't know so that you will work on them. That is important. And now comes the 20th notebook. I cannot emphasize on how important is to maintain a 20th notebook, because your 20th notebook is your personal guide, is your friend. It's like it has everything that you forget. It has everything that is important. So my 20th notebook was about flowcharts. My 20th notebook always had these concise things. It's because of that notes only I am able to make these videos for you guys. What you need to write in this 20th notes. So the topics that you are frequently making mistakes, you need to note them down. And the topics that you feel like are important. See, let us suppose contraceptives from OBGY and SPM. There is like 20 pages in SPM and like 10 to 12 pages from OBG. You will not have time to revise all these 35 pages for one topic of contraception in the last month. So what you need to do is you need to concise things. You need to concise and you need to get it down into one page so that it will be helpful for you in the last month. Everything that you are doing in this 6 to 7 months duration is to have a concise notes for your last month of preparation. So you are reading all these months to make your last month preparation easier. Remember that point. So in the last month, you won't have time for all the things in that lengthy manner, in that huge books. So for at least high yield topics, you need to have the concise things, and those concise things have to be written in the 20th notebook. So this is about 20th notes. And coming to taking breaks in between studies. Yeah, it's mandatory to take breaks, because after reading for 3 to 4 hours, your mind gets saturated. Even if you try to read many things, even if you try to put things into it, it won't accept. So better take breaks and then come back to studies. Then like energize yourself and then come back to studies. Then you can retain better. And what I used to do on my cheat days is watching Friends. So whenever I felt like it's not so productive, then I watch Friends. I just open Netflix, watch Friends, and then that will give me that energy, that happiness, and then I'll come back to studies, revise things. The same story, read, revise, repeat, everything same. So this was my go-to show. This is my favorite show. So every time I get depressed, every time I feel like nothing is going right with my studies, I used to watch Friends. I don't know how it helps, but I used to watch Friends. That was like that. Did I ever post a video without a mnemonic, guys? No, right? So here's the mnemonic of the video. A comes before B and M comes before W. So ATP7A is for M, Menkes, and B is for W, that is Wilson's disease. These two are copper related diseases, so you need to remember the genes ATP7A and ATP7B. So that's all guys, this is all about my journey, and good luck with your preparation. You can always approach me on the Telegram groups, the links to which are provided in the description below. Thank you.